Hello, Joe. What is up? What is up? What is up? Hopefully the chats start popping up soon so I can, Hello, Walter White. Chats start popping up soon so, I can fix this shit. Hope y'all's Christmas was good. We didn't talk about it last stream, but hope you guys got what you were looking for. And nothing less. Sorry for the late stream. It took me a while to set up the green screen and stuff. I love me some onion rings. You know, I just tried the onion rings at Burger King recently, and they were absolute dog shit. I was quite disappointed. But generally, onion rings are pretty dope. Thoughts on thoughts. Thinking is gay, bro. Just don't do it. One, you might hurt yourself. So, that's not good. And two, you might uninstall Reddit. And that's really not good. Not good at all.
You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it.
Oh, that is a problem. That is a problem. Oh.
You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it.
I'm gonna come.
Oh god, that was not. Sorry, I'm fixing up the stuff. The Elon and Vivek situation is crazy. I know, and we are going to be covering it today, actually.
I'm gonna come.
What's going on, Jason? How's it going? What's up, LaRust man? Hinnock Tadasi? Hello. What's up? I don't know. Oh, okay. It's working now. What happened to the beautiful lipstick? Fuck the lipstick. I don't know why women wear makeup. It's so fucking annoying. Am I really outside? Yes, I am really outside right now. Don't mind that at all. Alright? Do not look back here, alright? Let me move this real quick. Question, what if when do the other then have the half and meet it also? That's a complicated one, buddy. I don't know. That sounds like a question for a parent. What you got for us today? We are going to be going over multiple subreddits. Like yesterday, we only did r/2x chromosomes, but I sprinkled in a little bit of everything today. So I'm going to get used to talking to you guys because you know, I'm new to the streaming stuff, so today's focus is going to be looking at a post and getting y'all's thoughts, and we just talk about it. We just talk about cultural issues and, you know, whatever else is going on. What are your opinions on Kanye West running for president in 2028? Look, if Trump is having issues with stuff coming up 30 years ago, 40 years ago, I don't think Kanye I don't think it's gonna do too hot. He's been controversial. I love Kanye, by the way, like his music and stuff, but I don't think he has too good of a chance. Not gonna lie. Next one should be a video background for full immersion. Do not worry. We will get there. We will get there. If you were a fish, what fish would you be? I could say like killer whale, because they're kind of like the apex predators of the sea. But fuck that. I think I'd be a jellyfish. Like Portuguese man of war or something. Like something everyone fears, even though they're not that big of an issue in reality. How long have you been editing videos for? Your editing makes the videos awesome. Thank you, Deals for Diecast. And I've been doing like the floppa edits for honestly like 3 weeks. Like, I used to watch a lot of animation channels, and I just tried to not copy them, but like I understood like how it worked, like how you can build a story with not much. Bro detransitioned, I know. I'm sorry. Maybe we'll transition back one day. Like, you can do it at any time. Or did I never detransition at all? You know, what if I'm still using she, they pronouns? Kanye foreign policy would be a sight to behold. Oh man, what would that look like? No more funding to Israel. That's for sure. That would be first on the table. Should Trump grow a beard? I do not like the clean-shaven presidents we have now. I kind of don't want to imagine Trump with a beard. You know what? Let's get this show on the road. All right, let me move that over here. Oh. Oh my lord. Yo. I kind of dig it. All right, Griffin. All right. I know the jellyfish technically isn't a fish, but fuck you. All right. I'm just kidding. I love you. I'm Kanye's campaign man, chat. We're going to change the national anthem to Through the Wire.
I am sworn to Nezul.
What is up, the gang? I don't know if you're here or not. Trump's too blonde to have a beard? I don't know, man. I don't know. This looks kind of sick. Yeah, he looks like a Viking. Like, look at this. This is actually, like... He actually looks pretty good. Oh my god. Dude, imagine how intimidating he would be. Like... Now we're regretting it. They're not looking at the same thing. He looks like the prison chef guy from Paddington. I don't know who that is, to be honest. What do you think of the McDonnell Douglas F-15 Eagle? Well, considering it's a fighter plane, it's probably pretty sick. Looking more macho than Putin. I wonder what Putin would look like with a beard. Hold up. What do we think? Who do you think looks better, Putin or Trump? I think I have my answer. As someone who can never grow a beard, ever, the Korean genetics really fucked me up. I like it. Looks intimidating. It's helping with the male pattern baldness. That's for sure. It does cover up half the ugly. Welcome, King J. Calmite, Spino Dude. Anyway, let's get to the posts. So, up, spoilers. Let me move this and make sure that when I scroll down, we are looking at the same stuff. All right, great. So, I have two posts, actually. Same topic, but two posts. Vivek Ramaswamy dragged after wild rant on how American workers suck. And of course, it's from the New Republic, so this headline is probably either a complete lie or a complete dog shit in terms of the framing. But let's read the actual article. We need Trump with the goatee. I'm not sure about that. I think the beard would look way, way better. Okay, so Vivek Ramaswamy thinks that tech companies are choosing foreign-born workers over American ones because our culture is too chill, too mediocre. It doesn't uplift dorks like him enough. Oh my god, dude. The writing. Every single time. How does this publication get on r/politics? No hateful speech, unless it's against our enemies. Do not add, remove, or change. Post titles must be exact. I can't see the rule for, oh. Okay, submissions must be explicitly U.S. politics. Information and opinions concerning the running of U.S. governments, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Oh, man, this is going to be painful. I'm quiet? How am I quiet? On mine, it looks like I'm almost peeking you guys. Blah, 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 blah. The former Republican presidential candidate and upcoming Department of Government Efficiency co-lead offered his 2 cents on the discussion surrounding the future of American-born labor in Silicon Valley, a culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers, a culture that venerates Corey from Boys Meet World, or Zack and Slater over Screech in Saved by the Bell, or Stefan over Steve Urkel in Family Matters will not produce the best engineers. Now, being an engineer and being a entertainer, I think both definitely have their place in society. And I understand what he's saying, obviously. Like, if you even give this a little bit of charity, obviously he's not calling Americans losers. He's just saying that our culture is too focused on, you know, I don't want to say degeneracy because that's not really what he's pointing out here. But, like, we definitely have an entertainment culture versus places like China, even though I do know that they are starting to become a lot more Americanized. I saw a question earlier. What do you think Kanye's best album is? And my favorite, personally, not his best, but my favorite is the Ye album. But his best, probably College Dropout. I can't even lie. I mean, Graduation was my second answer. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is also really good. Like, he has 3 best albums. Like, it's really hard to pick between them. Even though I do think My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy would probably go a little lower. But anyway, more movies like Whiplash, fewer reruns of Friends, more math tutoring, fewer sleepovers. Oh my god, you can tell he's fucking Asian. More weekend science competitions, fewer Saturday morning cartoons, more books, less TV, more creating, less chillin', more extracurriculars, less hanging out at the mall. Normalcy doesn't cut it in a hyper-competitive global market for technical talent, and if we pretend like it does, we'll have our asses handed to us by China. He is committing a false dichotomy. He is correct in saying that our culture does not put smarts about socials, but that doesn't mean we can't have good engineers. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at. And I actually do agree more or less with this sentiment. Like, I feel like brain rot is a real issue. Like, it's actually a legit issue that we need to address at some point. In terms of, you know, getting our culture to shift more towards living a fulfilling life and not just I don't want to say hedonistic, even though, you know, I feel like that's too harsh. Like, a life of ease, you know, because you can have even more ease if you put in the hard work early. So, sorry, I have not listened to White Dress. He's speaking 100% facts. I don't know what's with that headline. True. I told you. Most headlines that you see on r/politics are... Nope. I want to say clickbait, but you're pretending to be news, so it's even worse. It's like gaslighting. I want to say, like, basically gaslighting. Okay, here we go. A culture that once again prioritizes achievement over normalcy, excellence over mediocrity, nerdiness over conformity, hard work over laziness. That's the work we have cut out for us, rather than wallowing in victimhood and just wishing or legislating alternative hiring practices in existence, he concluded. What is wrong with this? Like, dragged after a wild rant on how American workers suck? I forgot this was even the title because everything he's saying here, like, how is any of this a bad thing necessarily? Oh my god, they didn't close the quotes. Why is that a closing quote at the start of a quote? Which quote didn't they finish? Do you see this? What the? Anyway. Yeah, here, yeah, it is. It is. So fucking lazy, dude. These articles are written so fucking poorly. Oh my god. This person needs to get fired. Who wrote this? Malcolm Ferguson? Can I get a picture? Bro's a Bro's a DEI hire.
You know it. I know it.
I know it.
Everybody
Everyone
knows it.
knows it. Bro's straight up a DEI hire.
We have losers. We have losers.
Ramaswamy, who is Indian American, was immediately lambasted by the left and the right for this pitiful, presumptuous take. There is nothing wrong with American workers or American culture. Am I missing something? Where's the... What? It doesn't even sound like he was talking about American workers. Am I missing something? It sounds like he was just talking about the population. There is nothing wrong with American workers or American culture, former Republican candidate Nikki Haley replied. All you have to do is look at the border and see how many want what we have. We should be investing and prioritizing in Americans, not foreign workers. Vivek, you've accomplished a lot, but it's okay to just say you don't understand American culture. One conservative replied. Yeah, just one conservative, you know, on Twitter. Just one conservative. What's your source, bro? This one conservative. Oh my god. Going on to remind how racist... Oh shit. Oh my god, a whole bunch of messages just came through. I'm sorry. Holy shit. Man, this chat thing, I do not... That's the one thing I do, like about Twitch more. I feel like the chat comes in way quicker. So nobody was dragged. There was no wild rant. No one said how American workers suck. Exactly, Spectra. Now you're getting it. This is how I feel reading every single fucking... Oh, sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. There we go. This is how I feel reading every single Reddit post. I think he is extrapolating the fact that our culture doesn't value smarts and hard work as much as entertainment and how that might lead to worse engineers. I think it'll lead to less engineers, not necessarily worse. There's... Nikki Haley is not the face of Republicans. True.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
I thought he mentioned that American work and entertainment culture should be changed instead of importing talent. He probably did, honestly. But let's keep reading the article. Let's see, because it's not going to get any better. I can promise you that. Yeah, that was from Nikki Haley, Robert. Going on to remind him how racist much of the MAGA base is. Neil Armstrong, greater than any Indian to ever live and product of American culture, chose the less academic Purdue over MIT because he liked the football team. Neil Armstrong, greater than any Indian to ever live.
Do not come.
That is a wild statement. Who the fuck said this? Why is this in this article? Who the fuck is this person? No, the controversy is that he said that the solution to import more work through H-1B visas. Yeah, but you can do both, right? Like, you're not going to be importing millions and millions of engineers into America. Like, that's just not realistic. So, you can definitely do both. You can uplift your own culture and try to pull from, you know, other countries. Us are we. No, you are going back. Another MAGA supporter replied. Oh, I'm afraid. I'm kind of afraid to open these X links. I'm not gonna lie. And he used the GIF. Ivy Leaguer trying to sell Math Olympiad over Prom Queen to the MAGA base amid intense educational polarization is wild, said Harvard professor Matt Blackwell. I don't see what's wrong with that, though. I know what he's implying. He's implying that, you know, all Trump voters are stupid, but like, just the principle of it. Like, Vivek trashing sports achievement, a culture that celebrates the jock over the valedictorian, is surely going to go down well with his audience. Let's see what he said again. Was he degrading? Okay, or the jock over the valedictorian. Well, there can only be one of them, but I get what he means. Like, the success of a jock or of an athlete will never match that of someone who could potentially, like, cure cancer. Like, that's basically what he's getting at. And like I said, I think both achievements are, like, athleticism definitely is important, right? So he could have phrased it better, but I mean, like I said, we all know what he's talking about. This isn't like this isn't some secret virtue signal or whatever you call it, like not virtue signal, but he's not speaking in code or anything. Ramaswamy's views, which seem to be misalignment with the majority of MAGA, may potentially put his power as Doge co-lead in jeopardy. Will it, though? It remains to be seen how President-elect Donald Trump will respond to these talking points. He phrased this to say the only way to fix our culture would be to import it from other countries. I mean, that's not true, though. He's not talking about other countries, though, in any of this. I know he said that, but in this one, too, he's not, like, he mentions both, which is why I don't see what, I mean, obviously, they're gonna, you know, hop on the other one, because it's not, like, that popular of opinion, I'm assuming, at the moment. But, like, he said both, right? Like, we're reading this right now. I want to be an engineer in the future. Good shit, bro. Good luck. Engineering is hard. I tried. There's a lot of math. I got A's in my first 2 semesters, and then I dropped the fuck out. Yes, their sources are retweets with 500 likes. And H-1B is not just engineers, it's specialty visa, i.e. plumbers, HVAC software engineer, and they import them to pay them $20,000 to $40,000 less than the going rate for the job. Damn. I mean, that sucks. I think they should be paid fairly, but I was gonna say in poorer countries, you know, they're still getting a good deal. But I mean, if you're, you know, smart enough, and actually, I don't know how it works. I don't know how, like, the family dynamics would work and everything in terms of how much money you would need or how much of it is paid for, etc. How do you feel about Robert Kennedy as the head of the health department? Honestly, I'm nervous about it because he does have a lot of, like, weird opinions about, like, not weird. I'm not gonna do the fucking political streamer bullshit. He has a lot of incorrect thoughts about, like, vaccines and stuff, and I feel like he jumps the gun on some issues, like he doesn't do enough research, and he probably should. Oh, he definitely should, but he is tackling an issue that I think a lot of people really should care about, which is the food and how much stuff they're putting in our foods compared to a lot of other countries. And I haven't seen many other politicians talk about that at all. And it's only gotten traction because of him, more or less. So I have high hopes. I mean, I don't think he's going to accomplish everything that he wants, but I am hoping for the best, as everyone else should be. What are your thoughts on invading South America? Why the fuck would we invade South America? What the fuck? I think if they hold Kennedy to high standards and make sure everything is scientifically valid, then it is a good thing. True. I agree. Like I said, some of his opinions on vaccines are fucking retarded. For a lack of a better word. Yo, Kennedy is shredded. I can trust someone like that in charge of health. That is true. That is true. Hold up. What's her name? I remember.
Do not come. Do not come.
Having this as anywhere close to our Secretary of Health is a goddamn embarrassment. People wonder why the Democrats wonder why they lost. And, well, it's hard to see with blinders on, that's all I'm gonna say. Look in Google Scholar now, where mercury was used as a preservative within vaccines. Yeah, but there's a lot of different types of mercury. Like, there's iron in our blood. Like, just because there's an element in something doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Like, there's a whole bunch of chemicals that, guess what, if you mix together will create compounds that may not harm you. Sodium is extremely explosive and reactive. So is chlorine. But when you put it together, you can eat that shit. So I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to talk down to you, but there's a lot of misconceptions around like what, the chemicals and stuff that you not only consume but can put in your body, eat, do whatever. Like, it's not just mercury. Like, people think of like a dangerous mercury would be what's it called? Oh my gosh. It's on the tip of my tongue. That one woman scientist died from exposure to it. Methylmercury. That's it. Like, there's tons of different mercuries. Fingers crossed, Griffin. Comp sci student were promised everything, but now the door is being shut for a lot of people. True. I saw that. I saw a lot of those posts on social media, not social media, but YouTube, where computer science majors were having trouble, finding jobs because the computer science dream they were promised. Those jobs are either getting automated or like filled. She needs to do a workout routine with Kennedy. Should be a law. You mean he? Excuse you. That is not a woman. Pull up the Belgium. Oh, I've seen the Belgium health secretary. She is literally built like fucking Donu from Slay the Spire. Hell yeah. Let's fucking go. Do these people have no shame? Do these people have just no shame at all? Why would you want this? What? You need a picture next to the ballot. I feel like that's how you solve it. You put a picture next to the ballot. She looks like that I'm always watching lady from Monsters Inc. True. It's like having a fat personal trainer. Yep. Jason, to fight the cartels. Look, man, I think there's other ways that we can put pressures on on countries to control their corruption than to literally invade that country. And I know that people are dying from hard drugs, but there's better ways to solve that as well than just fucking starting a war. When you rip up nail, you don't get convulsions. There is no such thing as safe mercury. The reason why it shouldn't have never been used as a preservative in the first place is due to dosage. Well, look,
But the people are retarded.
there is no such thing as safe mercury. That statement just isn't true, though. Like, there's plenty of like chemicals everywhere that alone would be dangerous, but in certain forms aren't. That's just the truth. I don't know what to tell you. Ban high fructose corn syrup already? True. I was in DC a few weeks ago, and Jesus is gnarly up in there. Oh my days, that is one robust lady. Jabba the Hutt. Car crash proof. Anyway, let's go on to the next post. Proposed plan to block Donald Trump from taking office sparks MAGA fury. Oh, sorry, I have to move it. I wonder why. Like, what if in 2020 there was some, like, remember the thing that they showed in Congress, like the shadow government, essentially, to look over the real government? Like, what if conservatives created that? I wonder what the fucking headlines would be. They ain't gonna change, bro. They are making bank. I mean, sure, but there's ways to control, like, the flow of fentanyl into the country. In fact, like, putting economic pressures on countries is a good way to make them care more about actually fixing the problem themselves. Anyway, and yet somehow they were cool with, we fight like hell, and if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. Actually, wait. Let's look at the article. This is from Newsweek. What's new? Two legal scholars have suggested Democrats should block President-elect Donald Trump from taking office, even as party leaders reject any such efforts and MAGA Republicans decry the very idea. Newsweek reached out by email on Thursday evening to the Trump transition team for comment. Why it matters. In a historic political comeback, Donald Trump secured the presidency in 2024 U.S. election, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris. This victory comes nearly 4 years after the January 6, 2021 Capitol riots, where a mob, blah blah blah, stormed the Capitol. Widespread and legal challenges, including impeachment, blah, 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 despite the controversy, economic issues, persuading voters of his capability to enhance their financial well-being, blah blah blah. Okay, Evan A. Davis and David D. M. Schultz, two experts with extensive legal experience, wrote an op-ed for The Hill. And oh my God, they wrote it for The Hill. Yep, they're credible. In which they argued that Democrats would be within their right to block Trump's certification on grounds of an oath-breaking insurrection that makes Trump ineligible to be president. Davis is a Columbia Law School educated lawyer who previously served as the president of the New York City Bar Association and editor of the Columbia Law Review. Schultz works as a Okay, we don't need the credentialism. Schultz is an ardent supporter of President Barack Obama, even renting his Martha's Vineyard home. Why does this matter? Why does this matter? The author argued that the decision's relation to Trump's certification lacks merit, mainly the fact that the power of certification of electoral college votes is uniquely assigned to Congress by the Constitution. Additionally, they note the U.S. Supreme Court decision did not address the findings that Trump had engaged in an insurrection. I have seen Breaking Bad, Walter White. I've seen it twice, actually. They won't because they know that would be the start of a civil war. Yeah, it would. Tim Pool's dreams would come true. This would not be. Trump has already said he's going to label the cartels as a terrorist organization, so it's going to happen. I mean, like I said, I just don't think that's the best use of our resources. And they are a terrorist organization, obviously. I don't think there needs any labeling. I like him. I like him too. He had a steady head on his shoulder and can appeal to a wide audience of Republicans due to his Marine background. But his chances of election hangs in the current 4-year segment. Yeah. For Vance, yep. I agree. Dems can't be dumb enough to do that, especially after Biden pardoned his son. Didn't Biden pardon a lot of people? Wasn't it not just his son? Didn't he pardon like oh, I forgot. Oh, spoilers. Fix your mic volume. Is it not good? Fine, I'll turn it up a little. Hopefully that helps. They also can't do this because they closed the case on Trump where they wanted him to be tried for insurrection. I don't know why. You know what's funny? They knew that there was going to be like a lot of protesting that day. And I'm pretty sure Nancy Pelosi made a willful decision not to add more security. Like, it's just like not having voter ID. Like, why? Why not? Why wouldn't you do that? They add all the fluff to the article because the author has no real substantial argument. True. This seems like a dying dog lashing out, man. Just listen to what the country wants. It's so funny to me how they feel the need to save democracy by preventing Trump from office. I know, the hypocrisy is... See, now it says I'm clipping. The hypocrisy is crazy. Biden is honestly one of the worst presidents we had. What do you mean? He has one of my favorite quotes of all time.
I was going to put him... I was going to put him...
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
All presidents pardon a ton of people. The Hunter pardon was just so much worse because he said he wouldn't, for years he wouldn't do it. And then he said after, when they asked him why he did it. Welcome to America. Based, honestly. Honestly, based as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Obama bin Laden. Kamala could still be president if Biden dies in the next 24 days. True. Oh my god. Watching them try to like figure out a way to get the first female president or whatever by like Biden stepping down. God, they wonder why they lost. They fucking wonder why they lost. Anyway. This article was not as interesting as I thought it would be. So we're going to move on. Trump threatens to take over Canada, Panama Canal, Greenland, and Christmas Day message. And one of the... Oh my god. You know, I'm just going to open it. But there is just so much misinformation in all of this. And the comments are great. Blah, blah, blah. Oh no, where is it? I thought I could read it. Ah, shit. Come on. I don't have a Rolling Stone thing. Hold up, let me try to find it. Maybe it wasn't, maybe it was like a similar article. Yeah, let me go on r/politics real quick. Panama. Anyway, I wish I could find it because someone said that it was a lie that where is it? That what was it? Trump said that 38,000 what's it called? People died trying to build the Panama Canal. And they said it was, he lied, and they said it was 300. And then I was like, okay, how many people died making the Panama Canal? And these two sources said between 22,000 and 30,000. And one says between 5,000 and 56,000. So even if we're being generous and saying that he lied about the number, it's not 300. It's not fucking 300. And I wish I could find it because it was hilarious. But, let's see. I bet my house that there was no threatening in whatever Trump said. There wasn't. Especially not the Canada one. He may be cooking with the Greenland one, though. And the Panama Canal. He may be cooking with those. But I know not the Canada one. Bro, I'm from Denmark. We have dog sleds and shit. You aren't taking Greenland, pal? Sorry. Yo, what's going on, Christopher? Yeah, definitely more than 300. God, I need to find that. Demented Donald is going to make this a long, miserable 4 years. I like how they call him Demented Donald, but I never saw Demented Biden. Or fucking Brain Dead Biden, whatever you want to say. Seriously, he needs to be drug tested. Anyone who thinks this is normal presidential behavior is a moron.
I was going to foot him. I was going to foot him.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Can I say thank you again to everyone who voted to drown us in other blithering idiocy again? I bet none of them even, like, read why he said this. It's competition, obviously. That's the reason. And the Canada thing is, I think, because I think it was some trade thing, right? Oh, did I read that wrong? Did I read that wrong? Easy, Joe. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, I see. Thank you for correcting me. So it says between 22,000 and 30,000 people died out of the full construction and 5,600 workers. Oh, okay. Fair enough. But it's still not 300 at the end of the day. So if you say something that's not true, or if someone says something that's not true and you correct them, the least you can do is be correct. Anyway. Let's see what the comments say. This type of rhetoric is scary shit. It's very reminiscent of the Dark Lord wanting to invade and take over European countries, and what Russia is doing now, trying to recreate the Soviet Union by invading and taking over countries. The mainstream media, by not taking this dude seriously a decade ago, has probably led us down legitimate fascism. That's the thing, though. They did take him seriously a decade ago. They literally did. They had him all over the news constantly. He's been over the news constantly the day he announced his election, or the day he was, like, pretty much running up to, you know, try to be elected. Oops. If I recall correctly, C.K. Hutchinson, Holding Lines Limited, Chinese, blah, blah, blah. It was 25 years to run, and the Panama government gave an extra 25, which could infringe the Panama Neutrality Treaty against America. Yeah, see, it's never black and white. Like, it just never is, but it is on Reddit. You're either in dark mode or light mode. But in reality, he literally is planning to invade Europe with Russia and North Korea. He's planning to invade Europe with Russia and North Korea?
But the people are retarded.
What? What? Give me a 2 in chat. Give me a 1 in chat if Trump is... if you think Trump is gonna fucking invade Europe with Russia and North Korea. And a 2 if he's not. What the fuck is this? Russia's in Europe? Part of it is, yeah. Hot take. That take is molten. Ah, you think he is? Let's see it happen. Oh man, that would be a plot twist, bro. That would be in the history books for sure. Where would we invade first? What do we want to invade? Where the fuck would we want to invade? We have like multiple times all of their GDPs. Earth to America and the world news media. Trump has 2 goals. 1, stay out of jail. Accomplished. 2, flush as much of money out of the government. MAGA support. Let's fucking go. Let's hope so.
We have losers. We have losers.
There's nothing else. He doesn't care about Greenland or Canada or drug trafficking or the Panama Canal or tariffs or the border or electric cars. These are all distraction from the biggest crime wave and theft in human history. Wake the fuck up. Did we forget about 2020? And what a lot of the cities look like? Did we just completely forget? 2020, 2021. And they're finally arresting criminals in fucking California now for shoplifting. Why would people on the internet lie? I don't know, man. It's fucked up. I didn't think they did until now. I understand he doesn't respect a lot of people, but to not respect sovereign nations in a whole new degree of problem. Is a whole new degree of problem. People benefit from consequences on small decisions. You know what? I think here's a base take. I think, let me think about how to phrase this. At the same time that it is probably not very presidential or, it's probably not the best way to go about it. But the way Donald Trump talks is always like a negotiation. So you say the most extreme offer that you want that would favor yourself. And then you go back. And then you let them say, whoa, what the fuck? Oh, the right side's cut off? Oh, sorry. Thank you. I'm sorry. Sorry. I like how he talks as a negotiation. And then we actually get to see it unfold. Because a lot of the time he tweets. And not only that, but he gets an idea of what, a lot of the American people think when he does tweet like that. And I think that's awesome, too. Having someone who's actually, a leader who's actually regularly on social media. And I know he gets critiqued a lot for that, but personally, I want to see more of it. I'm not going to lie. I want to know what the fuck these people are thinking. He knows how to play the media. They make his claim extravagant and crazy, and then he basically backtracks and make the other country feel like they're getting a better deal. Yeah, it's, for a lack of better words, the art of the deal. It's a sales tactic. Fuck off Trump than most of us in Canada. Trudeau's approval rating is 20 to 30%, depending on the poll. I feel like a lot of Canadians would actually not mind having Trump as a leader. Hello, SXLO. Anyway, let's hop to the next post. Am I the asshole for saying yes to my boyfriend's public proposal and then turning him down in private? So, my 26 female boyfriend, 28 male, and I have been dating for about 3 years. Things have been good, but I've been clear that I'm not ready for marriage just yet. I've told him I need more time to feel comfortable with such a big step. Well, a few weeks ago, we went to a big party hosted by his family for his dad's 60th. I noticed that he was acting a little nervous, but didn't think much about it. Then during the event, he got everyone's attention, got down on one knee, and proposed to me in front of all his friends and family. I was completely caught off guard and panicked. Now, I've heard stories about how rejecting someone in public can humiliate them, and I really didn't want to do that to him, especially in front of everyone he cares about. So I said yes in the moment. Everyone cheered, and he looked so happy. I felt horrible for misleading him, but I didn't know what else to do. After the party on the car ride home, I told him privately and explained that while I love him, I'm not ready to get married yet, and that I only said yes to avoid embarrassing him in front of everyone. I thought being honest in private was the best thing to do. He got really upset, and I said I'd humiliated him even more now because he has to go back and tell everyone that we're not actually engaged. He said I should have just said no at the party, and that if that's how I felt. I feel terrible that I've hurt him and put him in this position, but I also feel like he put me on the spot in front of everyone without considering my feelings. We've yet to tell his family or anyone, but they keep texting and calling and texting, giving their congrats, which is upsetting him even more. And I'm seeing videos his friends posted online of him getting on one knee in public now. So what do we think? 1 is he is the asshole, and 2 is he is not the asshole. And I'm gonna pivot this post into another little topic after we get answers. I don't think she is an asshole, it's whatever. Honestly, this is completely understandable. Feel bad for the guy, but it is what it is. To be fair, don't ask for people's hands in public. Yeah, I always thought public proposals are weird. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, sorry. 1 4 she is the asshole, and 2 is she is not. Sorry, I misspoke. Thank you, Easy Joe. Thank you. Let me ask you this, though. 3 years. Why are you not engaged yet? You guys are 26 and 28. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, aren't you getting kind of old? Am I off base with this thought? Because I feel like you should, especially after 3 years of dating. I mean, obviously they talked about it, but what is she waiting for? Like, what's going to change about him after 3 years that she's all of a sudden going to want to marry him? You know? Like, what's going to change? Like, these people aren't in their, like, early 20s. They're not 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Like, this is 26 and 28. Like, you're in your going into your late 20s, if not your early 30s. Agreed. I asked after like a year. Yeah, I asked after 6 months. Well, for him, it took him 3 years to see her for who she truly is. Did it though? I feel like guys want to ask to propose way earlier than this. Most people do get engaged around the 2 year mark. Yeah, because it makes sense. Like, it's hard to hide who you are for 1 year. It's even harder to hide who you are for like 2 years. And as long as you don't see any like big red flags or anything, I feel like 3 years is Schisms. What is up? Have a good night. I gotta run. I missed the wig already. The wig will be back, bro. All right.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling.
Can we get a W in chat for Schisms? Have a great night, man. I mean, whether they are engaged or not, the girl still has the choice to say no, lol. But if she never plans on getting married, then she should just leave. And make that clear to him. Also, he should just ditch her. She might want to hoe out respectfully. With dignity, with min-maxed harm reduction. He needs to find another project to invest to. Respect to both. I agree. Obviously not with I don't think you know, I don't think she would like cheat on him or anything, but like I said, what the fuck is gonna change with him? Like, is she gonna wait for 5 years, 10 years? Why is volume so low? I think you need to turn it up. I'm almost peeking in mine. I've seen some go for 7 to 10 years, but they weren't 28 years old. Real question is, if you can't commit to a marriage, can there still be a relationship? That's what I'm saying. W Skizzy. 10-year boyfriend is insane. I know. That is crazy. 10 years. You waited 10 years? Like, I understand if you don't, like, believe in marriage or whatever, that you wouldn't get married. But if you do, and you're just dating someone for 10 years, what are you looking for? What else could they provide? Being engaged doesn't mean you have to get married right away. Lots of people are engaged over a long period of time. If you've been together for 3 years and you still don't know what if you're going to stay together, then you're stringing him along and wasting his time and manipulating his emotions. You need therapy, and he needs to kick your ass to the curb. You're kind of headless too. Found her boyfriend. Like, I agree. If she says she doesn't want a public proposal, then proposing in public is not probably a good idea. But at the same time, neither is waiting 5 to 10 years to figure out if you're going to marry this person either. If you do believe in marriage. Hot take, people should just settle. You will be happier for it and grow together. That is the coldest take ever here, bro. I'm sorry. I think most of us would agree with that. If you don't believe in marriage, why date? I mean, marriage is just, outside of the government, marriage is, in my opinion, just kind of like a label. So, like, if you love someone and you want to be together, I don't think you need a word to express, you know, what you are. But that's like my secular take on it. Get a $5 mic. I have a $5 mic. Maybe I'll have to use it one day. All right. Oh shit. Let me adjust this. r/witches versus patriarchy. Also the sensory hell that was pantyhose. I grew up on a farm and thankfully had great parents. Okay, anyway. Not to sound like a crazy SJW, but parents putting little girls in frilly dresses / lavish clothes and telling them to not run, climb, play in dirt, etc., lest they ruin their outfits or someone look up their skirts, is one of the most direct ways we as a society teach girls that they are only ornamental and cut their childhoods short. What the fuck are our thoughts, chat? Because I definitely have some. Parents worrying about some creep pedophile looking up their daughter's skirt, I feel like is a pretty normal fear. But also, if you're taking them somewhere where they can play, why would you put them in a dress? And some people get nice clothes, so why would you want to ruin that? Playing in dirt. The backbone of modern society in progress. Sips tea. And this is lesbian Betty Boop. As it was Christmas yesterday, we were visiting the entire clan. We put our brilliant and crazy 7-year-old daughter in a beautiful red velvet dress. It had blah, blah, blah. She had her hair clipped back, looked like a princess. We also had a full change of clothes in her carrier bag. Exactly. Teaching women to look out for men looking up their skirts is good parenting. I agree, Robert. There's a lot of fucking really weird and creepy men out there. And guess what? No one's gonna save you. You gotta protect yourself at the end of the day. If you give your child pretty clothing, then your child is a material and will have a short life. Short childhood. Short childhood. Skirts would be cultural, wouldn't they? Yeah, I think it's like Western European American culture. And Latin. I know there's a lot of dresses in Latin. Oh, actually it's skirts. You're talking specifically about skirts. Women are not the major workers of society. Being more cautious teaches them that role. My opinion. I don't think it's necessarily about teaching them that role. I think it's more teaching them that, like, you know, there are bad people out there. So, and also you want to, you know, if you actually want to attract a guy, you might want to act feminine. Maybe. I don't know. How many of you have dated masculine women? Thankfully, I had wonderful liberal parents who let me run wild and get filthy. They even let me wear boys' clothes, and this was in the 70s. Same, but not 80s. No one ever told me I couldn't do something because I was a girl. It made a huge difference. I'm a lot more fearless than most women I know. Are you now? 52,000 karma. Certified crazy cat lady. Also obsessed with bees. Fearless. Oh god, I never thought of this. Let girls run and play and get dirty. We're only children once. Also, just want to add, there's nothing wrong with little girls who want and love to be frilly and dress up. What's wrong with letting them not play and be children while we afford boys so much more liberation? But at the same time, they're like, these are two different thoughts. Like, this is not... These are two separate ideas. You wouldn't put your girl in a dress and then have them, like, run outside. Or run in the dirt and shit. And I don't know what the looking up their skirts has to do with it either. But anyway. Young women should be taught how to be good mothers. Or just competent people. Like, if you want to say it less radically, you can just say, like, I want people to be competent and know how to fulfill many different roles if they have to in their life. Because, you know, life is really unpredictable. So, I don't think you should be taught just one thing, you know? Hello, Craig. She should just strive to become healthy, but if he left just because of how she looked, then I can see why that'd be pretty shitty. I mean, if you're not attracted to your partner, you're probably not going to be together very long, let's be honest. Tomboys are finding something I feel most people would agree with, but Reddit somehow manages to make it sound so annoying and disagreeable. True. Everything... Even things that I would agree with, Reddit just makes it so much harder to agree with. And it's not because it's them. It's just the way they, like, frame things. Oh, my God. Let's end on this one, because it is 7:30. I hate being an Asian girl who cosplays.
Please me.
Turkey Dog, thank you so much. Donating to Israeli black creators today. You're doing your the good work. Yo, would I get banned if I did blackface on stream? I kind of want to do everything on stream. Like I've been a trans woman. I feel like I can double down on a lot of this. Cuz I do it, it's all purely entertainment. I couldn't give a fuck. And if Justin Trudeau can do it, I can do it, motherfucker. All right? Like I wouldn't just do that. I would do everything. I'll be banned. So I can completely change my gender. But I can't change my race. Do a Mr. Popo cosplay. Yeah, I can be stereotypically everything. God, YouTube is such a boring fucking platform. Anyway, I hate being an Asian girl who cosplays. Oh, wait. Sorry. I forgot to.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you, Turkey Dog. The title says it all. I'm 27 soon and still pass for 20 and get ID'd. A lot of my Hinge matches are Asian or foreigners who wrote their hobby as anime or manga. When I posted a cosplay photo on my Hinge, the comments were disgusting. Immediately took it off. I've met up with people from Hinge I genuinely liked talking to, but one once commented how I look Japanese. No, I am cosplaying, not trying to pass as Japanese. You're gonna see why that's absolutely retarded. I'm really into Jirei K fashion. Still wear it frequently despite my age. Oh wait, and then there's always talk on anime sushi and trying to communicate in broken Japanese. Still wear it frequently despite my age, and a lot of guys tend to treat it like cosplay despite the fact I'm just into cute clothes. At one point, I legit had a guy seriously asking if I would do a cosplay during sex.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Why do men sexualize legit hobbies? Do you guys want to see what the hobby is? She's complaining about looking Japanese. So this is what we're talking about. Jirei K. I think that's how you describe it. They're dressing up like... Let me just read it. Okay, Jirei is a common Japanese slang term used to describe something as dangerous or triggering, as it is akin to stepping on a landmine. Before the association with trends, Jirei K was mainly used in a derogatory manner to label a woman as mentally unstable to the degree of violent emotional breakdowns, often towards their partners, as landmine is almost always used in negative context towards a person to harass and demean. There has been controversy surrounding the name. While the term has seen some use in Japanese media as a sales point, it is seen as derogatory to the degree that the staff of various companies refuse to work on anything related to the trend or term. And let's look at the origin real quick. Due to makeup challenge by Japanese YouTuber Surero that went viral during the March 2020 corona restrictions in Japan, which was about emulating the landmine woman stereotype. The term has been associated with various darker styles, gradually morphing into its own subculture. Jirei has a strong associations with some darker or disturbing themes, though not in a style of its own like Yami Kawaii. In this case, Jirei may be associated with self-harm, drug abuse, alcoholism, street partying, illegal sex work, and other rebellious and shocking behaviors. Why do men sexualize my hobby?
This will please me.
Why do they do it? Arcturus 51. If I was hired by State Department to come up with a formula for fishing, can we get W's in the chat for Arcturus? For sympathy and compliments, I would use this post as a blueprint, as a pathological. Thank you for the 5. Is that euros? What is that? Am I retarded? But true. Absolutely true. I bet no one even looked up what this is. I bet no one even fucking looked up what this is. I guarantee you. So, this is apparently a hobby. And apparently she's triggered that, you know, they were trying to use it as a sex thing, which I have no idea why. No one, you know, researchers are still looking into that one. Oh, it's pounds. Pounds. I'm sorry. You can tell my American is showing. I'm sorry. Not Asian, but a cosplayer. I found having a cosplay pic on my dating profile actually worked great to weed out the weirdos, as they would instantly make themselves known. Now, to be fair to them, there are a lot of fucking weirdos on, oh wait, sorry, Arcturus.
Thank you, darling.
There we go.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
But you know, if you're wearing shit like this, I don't want to say asking for it, because that just sounds really bad. But, like, you're not doing yourself any favors whatsoever. Phobra, did you detransition? Yeah, I can do it. I can transition, detransition. You can do whatever you want now, bro. Come on. It's 2024. You can do whatever you want. I had a similar issue before meeting my partner. I'm goth, so a lot of men were drawn to the idea of a goth gamer girlfriend. So much fetishism. My case is somewhat less frustrating, as it is a fashion choice and not based on my ethnicity. What? What does ethnicity have to do with being goth? I know it's primarily a white girl thing, because they're like pale as fuck. Oh my god, dude, this Dr. Pepper is not treating me well. But I empathize with the frustration. Turns out I ended up dating a man that not only wasn't out the gate interested in goth women, but also didn't give a dang about having one either. I've also had the met you as a goth, but then expects you to tone it down for them. I wish I could give some words of encouragement. Oh my god. Partly because of yellow fever, partly because of entitlement, entitlement? Why do men sexualize legit hobbies? Entitlement. Partly because they sexualize everything. Is that true? Do you guys do that? Hot take, goth girls are overrated. Better than emo girls. I'll say that. They are not the same thing.
This will please me.
Easy Joe with the 2 Canadian. Here is 2 Canuck bucks that YouTube takes a cut of. Thank you so much.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling. I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
2 Canadian. What is that, like 20 cents? I'm just kidding, Joe. Thank you. Thank you. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. I don't, but I would rather date any of these people anyway. I wouldn't date any of these people anyway, sorry. Because I stay away from colored hair. Usually their style is black though, right? Isn't it like a primarily black thing? Wow, that did not come out right, but... Yellow fever does not exist. It should be called white fever from the viewpoint of Asian women. You know what? That's a good point, because a lot of the other countries actually do, like India, China. Okay, maybe not China, but India, like Korea, Japan. I'm not sure if Latin America does, but like they value their men having lighter skinned partners a lot more. And here in America, we definitely do have, I will give them that. We definitely do have a little bit of yellow fever. And you know what? I blame anime. All right. And yeah, colored hair is generally a huge red flag. No, like, no argument here. I am sorry you're going through this. I try to avoid reading to, wow, 2 comments. I try to avoid reading comments on cosplay photos because they are all terrible. I can't speak on the Asian fetishization part because I am not Asian, but I live in Japan, and the amount of white guys who make questionable comments is astounding. I am not even a cosplayer, and the number of times guys told me they like my costumes or asked me, what character am I supposed to be when I wear goth fashion is disgusting. How is that disgusting? And how, in what way is this disgusting? There's plenty of anime characters that wear, like, especially if you're wearing, like, eccentric, like, outfits and stuff. Of course they're gonna ask. You live in Japan. Like, Japan is the center for cosplaying and shit. So why are you disgusted? And I am almost 40 for fuck. They're almost 40? I kind of want to know. I've never seen a 40-year-old goth woman. Usually they drop it around their 30s. God forbid I give attention to someone's outfit they probably worked hard to make. What a disgusting person I am. True, Yen. That's exactly what I'm saying. This is just people being dumb. Yeah, you can't compliment anyone anymore. This is why love is dead. Romance. I've had to explain to my brother that most cosplayers use fake boobs for the more revealing costumes. He strongly disagreed and said that Asian girls don't need to fake it. Okay, you're either lying to me or your brother is 10. Alright? I didn't have to tell him it wasn't about faking it. It was about being comfortable in the costume without having to sexualize yourself. Fell on deaf... Oh my god, dude. What the fuck is wrong with my stomach? You're using fake boobs. And then you said it's about being comfortable without having to sexualize yourself. Without? You're putting fake titties on? And you're trying to tell me this person doesn't have feel the need to sexualize themselves? I don't know how this would be more comfortable for the costume also. Something isn't adding up. The motives aren't adding up here. Jessica Nigiri did a lot of help to cosplay to the. Okay, Jessica Nigiri did a lot to help the cosplay community in the US, but she also was a main driving force behind fetishizing cosplay. OnlyFans just made all of this so much worse. Cosplay is hyper fetishized because a lot of the popular characters do sex videos or naked photo shoots. No, it's fetishized because the outfits that they wear are generally like a little risque, I think. But yeah, obviously this definitely doesn't help. But like, let's not lie. Let's be honest. Cosplay is hyper fetishized because a lot of the popular cosplayers do sex videos. How do you wear this in a non-sexual manner? America, explain. Some white men sexualize Asian women because they don't view us as human. They view us as vessels for their sexual fantasies. They also view us as acceptable targets. They also do what they think they can get away with. They would never do this sort of thing to a white woman, for instance. Oh, I gotta adjust this. What the fuck are we reading? Men were brought up to over-sexualize non-white women and romanticize white women. Many of these men will sleep with of color, but not only marry or respect white women. This is not an issue with white women. This is an issue with men who exhibit these behaviors. Feeling attraction to an Asian woman doesn't mean you have to treat us like actual servants. Anyway, 76 upvotes. Let me just say they barely ever respect white women either. But you're right. I was part of an anime group in high school, and the amount of fetishization of Japanese girls was disgusting. But of course they didn't care if someone was actually Japanese. What if you're just attracted to Japanese women and how they look? Because the Koreans, the Japanese, and the Chinese are not Vietnamese, Taiwanese. They're not all one homogenous Asian group. So what if you just like Japanese girls? And I know, all right? I know that the anime and shit is probably why. Or at least a part of it, right? But like, you can still find this group of people attractive and not have it be fetishization, you know? Like, when does... But of course they didn't care if someone was actually Japanese. They were super weird to the H-Mong girl at our school. I don't know what the fuck this is. I left the group because of this stuff, actually. Too many of them had lolly stuff. Alright, yeah. I would fucking, oops. I would leave too. That made me massively uncomfortable. Off topic, but if anyone is tired of these progressive-ass news shows, try watching Supernatural. It will make even the most non-American a true patriot. Hot take, I think fully clothed lady are more attractive. Serious.
Do not come. Do not come.
Are you like a... Do you run like a nunnery or something? Like, come on, man. What's going on? Preference is discrimination.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Japan has a fat tax, that is why. Floppa de wappa. What up, some desert punk? Too many shows are ruined by fans. I don't take part in fandoms anymore. Just saying enjoy the show. Yeah, and sometimes the fans are fucking retarded, like in the case of Rings of Power. I mean, this sub hates men dating women from countries where the obesity rate for women is less than 60%. Oh my god. Bro's cooking. Oh my god. I feel for you. It's one of the reasons I refuse to date weebs. And anyone who is even slightly seems like they have an interest in Japan/anime. Even though I myself like both. Anime is like a gateway drug to Asian fetishization. The fact that it's so sexualized, even outside of the endless amount of hentai that exists, doesn't help. Do you guys think I could pay someone like this on this subreddit to play Stellar Blade? Do you think they'd agree to do that? Or any one of those other games? Did they forget that like Bayonetta and shit was made by an Asian woman? The only lolly I like, I'm using lolly for the Japanese word for small body size. Don't say lolly then. What the fuck are you doing, bro? It's like small senpai with adult traits with a short height. So you like short women. Just say you like short women, man. Jesus Christ. The only lolly I like. Oh, man. Afghanistan has Asian women. I wonder what about them. Do they? No, dude, they get paid to pretend that they don't like Stellar Blade. Oh, man. Let me look for something real quick. Oh, this is fun. The End of Democratic Delusions. The Atlantic. Roosevelt. This new era is neither progressive nor conservative. The organizing principle in Trump's chaotic campaigns, the animating passion among his supporters, has been a reactionary turn against dizzying change, specifically the economic and cultural transformations of the past half century. The globalization of trade and migration, the transition from an industrial to an information economy, the growing inequality between metropolis and hitherland, the end of traditional family, the rise of previously disenfranchised groups, the browning of the American people. Trump's basic appeal is a vow to take power away from the elites and invaders who have imposed these changes and return the country to its rightful owners, the real Americans. His victory demonstrated the appeals breadth in blue and red states alike among all ages, ethnicities, and races. For 2.5 centuries. Okay, so if it's about... So his victory demonstrates that it appeals to breadth in blue and red states alike among all ages, ethnicities, and races. But take away power from the elites and invaders and end the traditional family, the browning of American people. For 2.5 centuries, American politics alternated between progressive and conservative periods, played between the 40-yard lines of liberal democracy. The values of freedom, equality, and the rule of law at least received lip service. The founding documents enjoyed the status. Oh my God, how many? Okay. We don't need any of this. Trump voters don't think he will destroy democracy. They think he'll restore it to the people. This is why so many voters are willing to tolerate, in some cases celebrate, Trump's vile language and behavior. Well, when you have an entire state completely ban voter ID, what the fuck do you think the people are going to think? Like, duh. Like, voter integrity is fucking key to democracy. And when you have one side that's like, we don't want voter ID laws, what do you think the natural fucking conclusion of that is going to be?
But the people are retarded.
Trump's vile language and behavior, his love affairs with foreign dictators. Here we go again, dude. Here we go again. It just never ends. Why do these people want constant conflict? Well, who is this benefiting? His readiness to toss aside norms. Look. Okay. I gotta put that down. It's starting to get hot, sorry. Listen. I like how Asmongold described it as if America was a game and there was a balance patch for natural-born citizens, like some Mexican mother waits 8 months and then crosses the border and all she has to do is hide for a month to give birth, and now she's legally like allowed to preside in the country. That is a bug in the system. No other country has this. So I'm not really one to appeal to like traditionalism and norms, but this is obviously a problem. Like, I get that there are some things in the Constitution that are there for a good reason, but some things can fucking go, all right? And it's not much. It's not much, by the way. I think the Constitution is a fantastic document and has got us this far for good reason. But, like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, some of the laws like that just don't make any sense. When a president doesn't mindlessly want to drag Americans into war, he has love affairs with dictators. Exactly. Thank you. I don't know why people say Trump is a threat to democracy when they just push Kamala out as their candidate. She skipped the primaries entirely. Oh, there was something more egregious than that. I can't think what it is though at the moment. But that's not entirely the same. That's not like entirely the same thing. But I get what you're saying, and yeah, that looked fucking horrible. And also, they talk so highly about Trudeau when the Prime Minister of Canada doesn't have any fucking term limits. Like, talk about a dictatorship. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Asked by pollsters if they're concerned about the state of democracy, the voters answer yes. Not because they fear its demise, but because it has already failed them. They don't think that Trump will destroy democracy. He'll restore it to the people. The triumph of the Trump reaction should put an end to two progressive illusions that have considerably strengthened it. One is the notion that identity is political destiny. For a long time, the Democratic Party regarded demographic change in America, the coming minority majority, as a consoling promise during interim Republican victories. As the country turned, and this has the assumption that because they're a minority, they'll fucking vote Democrat, which is also disgusting. Why the fuck would you push that? As the country turned less white, it would inevitably turn more blue. In the past decade, this notion was absorbed into an ideological framework, and they deserve to fail for having that fucking thought. Let's be honest. That became the pervasive worldview of progressives, a metaphysics of group identity in which a generalized people of color adjusted during the social justice revolution of 2020 to BIPOC. I fucking hate that word too. Were assumed to share a common experience of oppression that would determine their collective political behavior, driving them far... Oh, I was about to say, is that it? Driving them far to the left on issues such as immigration, policing, and transgender rights. Birthright citizenship. Fundamental misunderstanding of the 14th Amendment. They may not qualify for birthright citizenship because they owe allegiance to another country as an immigrant. I don't think there has been a different Prime Minister of Canada in my lifetime. Same, I think. Well, I'm 24, so I don't think same, technically, but as long as I've been alive, yes. Or as long as I've been, like, conscious about politics. The 2024 election exploded this illusion. Nearly half of Latinos and a quarter of black men voted for Trump. In New York City, he did better in Queens and the Bronx, which have a majority non-white population, than in Manhattan, with its plurality of wealthy white people. Not a good night for solidarity. But the presumption of like-mindedness among immensely diverse groups of voters should be retired, along with the term people of color. Thank God. Please. Which has lost any usefulness for political analysis. It never had any. Adjacent to the demographic illusion. Like, if you think about it, it shouldn't have any. Did we all just forget the whole Martin Luther King thing? I think we understand the premise of it. So let's look at the comments. Trump voters don't think he will destroy democracy. They think he'll restore it to the people. And once Donald Trump is finished doing all his damage, his cult will most likely turn around and blame everyone else for it, just like they did last time he was in power. Because they can never take any responsibility for their actions and admit wrongdoing. Donald Trump not taking COVID seriously sooner was one of the reasons so many people died in America that could have been saved. That is a straight lie. COVID was so infectious that if you lived in a house with someone and you worked in like the public sector in any degree, you were going to get COVID. I'm pretty sure mostly everyone got COVID. And you know what didn't help? Flooding the fucking hospitals by telling everyone that it's going to fucking kill you. Obviously they were exaggerating, but like, unfortunately, I think it was just going to hit everyone. Ever since it's been mutating, it's just been getting more infectious and less severe. But it was already at like a 0.03% death rate, which is bad. But like I said, there was nothing to be done. Like, Florida didn't shut down, or they opened back up way sooner. and they still had similar rates of like infection and shit as other countries with its similar, not countries, but states with its size. To be fair, a lot of Americans refuse to say that inflation was caused by COVID under Trump. It isn't his fault that COVID happened, but he was wrong in spending so much money in stimulus checks. Yeah, I agree. And I know that, like, it was unpopular at the time to, like, speak against the narrative, but that's really what we needed. Like, if we actually followed the science, we would have taken way different precautions. And banning anyone saying anything else was also a horrible idea, especially the doctors. CDC data said 1 in 40,000 healthy people under 40 would die from COVID. One in 40,000 healthy people? Oh, sorry. Let's go back to your post. Shrink myself a little. Healthy people were like the least likely to get it. It was primarily the older populations that we had to be worried about. But like I said, it was so infectious that there was not much to be done anyway. And not letting families get to see their other family members who were fucking dying in the hospitals, that was also fucking atrocious. Unbelievable. I don't know how democracy is viable when you genuinely can't campaign on eating healthy, cardio, and lifting 4 times a week to a populace that throws out the system every time someone offers toxic steroid injections to get ripped now. I genuinely don't know how the fuck you win on asking people to put in the That's also something weird. We became like way too comfortable with steroids. Like, I know that the honesty around steroids has increased a lot, but promoting it is fucking wild. Like, when did we decide this was a good thing now? Thank you, Easy Joe.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you. My autism made me say it, officer. I swear I just love short anime women with big budgets. I swear I like it ripe and not young, officer. Uh-huh. Alright, Easy Joe. The more you tell me, the more convinced I am, for sure. Joe is the same, though. He made it worse in continuing them. And then he went and spent billions more, which hurt our recovery. Also true. My father died from cancer. I am sorry to hear that, Griffin. They listed his death as COVID, and my mom had to go get them to change it. Also that, man. Like, just all the politicization around COVID. Like I said, I think Asmongold's right. I don't think we're ever gonna. I think it's gonna take 20 to 40 years to recover like public trust in like our medical institutions, which is really fucking sad. Man, I blame the media for this. The media spends most of its time focusing on the latest crazy thing Trump said and not letting Trump surrogates spread lies on TV. They rarely talk about the accomplishments of Democrats. Also that. Not that that list is very long. But oh my god, someone posted an entire fucking article. And Nancy Pelosi passed the torch on to a mid-70s-year-old undergoing chemotherapy. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That is the last post of tonight. Can we get W's for Easy Joe? He has donated twice tonight. And can we get W's for everyone else too? Let's be honest. Oh, I'm sorry, Rodin. Don't worry, man. We're going to be streaming again tomorrow. Ugh. I had to rush, like, I want to, like, a theme for every stream, but I kind of had to rush today because I had a lot of extra shit going on, and I had to set everything back up. I'm working on a video, so hopefully I can get that one out tonight, including at least one of these posts. Yes, I stream 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, EST, from Wednesday to Sunday. Have you seen how Xbox went woke in the controller customizer? No, but remind me next stream and we'll look into it. So in this last little bit, I just like to talk to chat. We got 4 minutes. So ask any questions. Like I said, hopefully I can get the 2 videos out tonight. If not, it'll just be 1, which is fine. Dude, did you run a cartel to get a TV that slim? No, this TV, it is a really nice TV. It's a Samsung, let me look. S95B, that's right. It's a Samsung S95B 65-inch. And I saved up for it I saved up a lot for it. My fiance helped me buy it too. So W's to her. We both love TV, and I love my racing sim. So I can't play it at all, actually, on there. I could at the other house. Opinions on the EU. I actually don't know much about the EU, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry. I'm an American. Opinions on War Thunder. I heard War Thunder was pretty good. I've never played it actually though. I'm not that into like the aerial combat games or whatever. I propose a Tumblr browsing stream. See ya, Craig. Adios. Can we separate LGB from the TQ+? Hopefully one day. Can we get a skit on the Canadian vet who was offered MAI maid instead of a wheelchair lift? What the fuck? Offered a maid? Or what is MAID? 6,000 hours in War Thunder? Dude, the people who are into like World of Tanks, War Thunder, those games, they go kind of crazy. Adios, Matt. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. And thank you again for everyone who has donated.
Thank you, darling. Thank you, darling.
I'm gonna come.
And hopefully at some point, I'll get to a point where I don't have to, like, I can start streaming a little earlier. So maybe we can play some games too. Because I have a lot of hours in some games. And I would consider to be pretty okay in. and hopefully I can make that entertaining. But I will see you guys tomorrow live, and I hope you guys will enjoy the video tonight. One of them is going to be from the stream, and the other is going to be... Oh yeah, medical assisted death. That's right. That's insane, dude. I forgot about that. I do still play DBD every once in a while. And yeah, I do Uber Eats really early in the morning. But yeah, I will see you guys. 2 videos. I gotta like, the second I drop the stream, I go immediately to editing them. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I will be in the comments section of those videos as well. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow.